Jesmon digitiert zu... Jesmon!
Hello Digimon fans, this is Mega881000 again, and I would like to introduce to you to another, this time again unofficial design studio figure. As you can see, this time it's about this Jesmon figure, a kinda collector's action figure from the Chinese design studio called Akira Studios. But I already announced that to you in the previous videos, which were about the unboxing and assembly. I also linked the two previous videos in the video description down below. However, I had already announced the entire videos and especially the review of or about this figure a longer time before in the review about the Digimon House DH01 Metal Citramon statue, but unfortunately that didn't happen because I had to wait and see how the eBay shop will handle the problem with the missing Hackmon figure. That, according to the eBay shop's item description, should be included here as well. I already said this in the previous video parts that I still had to clarify this with the eBay shop, but more on that later. Now at first some official character bio about Jesmon. The crystal in Xavier Hackmon's chest began to shine as it surpassed his perfect level to reach his ultimate form, a holy knight Digimon that acquired the title of a royal knight, the highest rank of the network security. By the way, in Japan our dub ultra level is the perfect level and our dub mega level is actually the ultimate level in Japan. Jesmon is endowed with the ability to sense the unusual phenomena and signs of chaos that occur all over the digital world, and he is the first of any of the royal knights to come running. Rather than acting independently, Jesmon tends to employ teamwork, which is rare for royal knight. He does so due to its trust in others and so that he will not become overconfident in his abilities. By observing and learning from the Hinokamui of his mentor Genkomon, Jesmon also acquired the trio Evo, Rini and Por as parts of his ascetic training. They are able to move and act independently under Jesmon's instructions and boast formidable behavioral abilities such as landing direct attacks on the enemy, the protection of Jesmon and the rescue of our Digimon. Jesmon's special moves are slicing the enemy to pieces with the blades on his arms while moving at high speed, called Tekken Sai-Bai. And an omnidirectional counter technique alongside Evo, Rini and Por that meets every enemy attack with his 9 blades, called Schwertgeist. Yes, this is German and means sword ghost. Jesmon's OS generics enables him to temporarily rewrite his own data and perform actions that transcend the laws of nature, leaving his physical abilities unbound by the laws of the digital world and therefore allowing Jesmon to overpower any enemy without taking a single scratch himself. And now let us get into the review and the assessment about this unofficial resin figure of Jesmon. My first point is implementation. The implementation is very good, and the unique original character design of Bandai for Jesmon has been captured very well with this figure here. Even if the figure actually has nothing to do with Bandai, but Jesmon has been implemented in an impressive way, so that you can see very well which actual Bandai character the figure is supposed to represent. These effect parts are also really nothing to sneeze at, and looking very well molded, have sharp proportions and design. And it is generally absolutely great that they have been taken into account from the design studio and that they included them with the figure. Those even are able to set up with these stands, which you can see. Even if one of the bars is sadly missing from my scope of the library, and yeah, this is this long one. This I actually taken from my Akira on a Wargame Wargreymon, because this was included as a stand for Taichi's image to put it on that. And I did try that before, and surprisingly the bar of this is the same size to go with the stand. I only got the blade of the stand and the bar was missing, so I took this, how I said. Yeah, it's a faked, kind of faked representation now, but I think that's for showcasing this option is better than if the flame effect part just would lying on the ground. Yeah, so much about that. Furthermore, I showed you in the unboxing that they even included such a universal and individually adjustable poseable stand, which is kinda similar to such a Tamashi stand, which you can see here. And for the unboxing part, I just used some random Tamashi stand from my storage, because I had to assemble this one at first. But now I assembled this and put on the figure. And that is very good that they included it, because due to the special original character design, it is almost impossible for the figure to stand on his own sword blade kinda legs by itself. You can see and justifiably claim that this design studio has done its homework on the character very well. So the implementation as a whole, I think, is really great. Also with those nice looking effect parts. The size of this figure, if you going with the official data from the eBay site, is about 7 inches in height, which would be about 18 centimeters according to the Cosmite Time Shop's item description, how I said. I assume that this data comes from the design studio itself, however they were a little more generous with the size informations. I measured from the ground to the highest point, which would be the tip of his golden shoulder armor. I measured and get only to almost 6.8 inches, which would be about only almost 17.5 centimeters. Well, it's almost the same size, but they just indicated a round number. Of course, it also depends on the pose you give Jesmon, and since the figure cannot stand properly on his own feet, it makes the measuring also difficult, because you always have to put it on the stand base. But in this normal pose, like he's standing now here on the stand, the maximum height you get is only almost about those 6.8 inches. Yeah. And now we're having a closer look from the side. And I have the size of the cape for you as well. The cape measures a bit over 5.9 inches, which would be about a bit over 15 centimeters in the length, of course. And the tail alone, in a long stretched form, if you're stretching the tail long here, which you can do, is with this circa about 7.6 inches larger than the body itself, which would be about 19.5 in centimeters. You also get these option parts for the plates, a shorter plate version, which you can also detach and use for display age. But I put them away at first because we just want to get a full focus here on the figure. I will demonstrate you the interchanging of those plates as well later on. And how about the molded details? I think they looking good. I think a very well done representation of Jesmon. Yeah, it's a kinda more simpler, pre-assembled and pre-painted resin figure, and he lost his blade, which is not very nice. Yeah, a bit simpler figure. Maybe the parts are a bit molded like Shine Craymon's parts, which figure I showed you before. So we had a close up here. Yeah. It's not comparable to a figure arts figure with all the proportions and yeah, the overall mold, but it's more simpler but looking very nice. I think you can see this, that you just can split his body like this. A bit more simpler, how I said. More simpler joint connections like you have on those self-built resin model kit figures, similar to Shine Craymon's joints. I think you can see this as well. Very very good here. And the parts also have a sharp edge design. The different parts are also a bit pointy molded, especially those shoulder armor spike tips here and those spiky things on his head and stuff like that. Comparable to Shine Craymon's parts in the pointy molding, I think. But maybe also a bit more advanced molded because it's assembled by the design studio and yeah, they have better abilities to do such a figure, because I think this figure also you can get as a self-built kit with no colors and just parts, like Shine Craymon was before. All the proportions perfect. I would say that the proportions of the different parts and to each other are very good, and as you can see, and to that applies everything which I said right before about the molding and stuff. Yeah, I think you see this very well here. There's also no comparable Jesmon Bandai figure existing, so it's the only one of Jesmon you can get, and therefore it is also the best figure of Jesmon existing so far. What also applies to this point are the molded crystals, which are very, very well and nice done with this translucent blue resin. That looks really, really good and gives the figure a bit of those X-Antibody character vibes with these shining crystals, like they and the molding is like, or the representation is the same. It remembers me on the Tungmongi X antibody figures, all these integrated translucent blue crystals here that looks so awesome, I think. We also have some crystals under his shoulder armor. Also adds to Jesmon's unique character design as well, and we even have such an integrated translucent crystal at the horn base. Here on this horn detail is a little crystal. We have crystals on the arms. They are the big ones you have seen, I think. Also from behind you can see those crystals. It's the same way made. And amazingly, we also have such a crystal on the tail base or the sword base. They really done a great job to implement those crystals here. That looks absolutely outstanding, awesome, I think. Are all color tones right, and all paint apps are there? I think you can choose yourself, but I think yes. I think also paint job wise this figure got implemented very, very well. Because as you can see of those molded details, got the right nice matching paint apps. And those I show you in the close-up now. and we starting with the eyes, but how I said in the unboxing, it seems like the eyes are only white, but they're actually yellow. I hope you can see this a bit. When I'm dimming the light, they are really yellow. I think you can't see it, but they are done in a light white, in a light yellow. Yeah. Also we have those nice gold details all over his body, like the spikes picked out in this gold, metallic, kinda metallic gold. The hands, as you can see, the knee armor section protectors here are done in this gold. We have some golden detail on his lower front body section, or the chest. We have some yellow for the neck on the front, and we even have some yellow detail on the horn detail here, and even this little engraving line on the horn tip picked out in yellow, which is absolutely awesome. A nice yellow, I think. Yeah. Also we have some nice red colored parts. That's a bit more matte color for the cape. Also look at those molded details and the paint apps of the hood and all those details on the cape. Also in the front section of the cape we have this nicely molded details. Picked out in silvery color, and we have nice shiny black for the chest and stomach sections, some shiny black here. We have yellow for these details on the thighs. We also have some dark blue colored sections on the knees here, knee section, and even on the arms, inner side of the arms, we have also those dark blue paint apps. Really nice detailed. Those nice plates picked out in this kinda metallic silver, shiny silver, with all those nicely painted red symbols, digicodes. Also the leg swords done the same way. We also have some paint apps on the tail. As you can see, those little spots here. And of course, which I also said already in the unboxing, I think, look at this nice metallic wine red. They done the sword, the tail blade or sword, also have this nicely painted and cleanly painted golden color for the digicodes on the sword as well. Nicely done. Paint job wise, this figure is awesome painted. What do you think? Here we also have some black details on the hand sections. Yeah. And the main color is the white, but it is actually a kinda metallic white or pearl white, which the camera doesn't deliver so well, I think, but it's a pearl white or metallic white, not just the white. It looks really awesome. They done a very well and good job paint job wise. Those nice color joints matching the respective colors as well of the parts, and also I would count the amazing implemented crystals kinda to this, yeah, color paint app topic. Yeah, and how I said, the joints matching almost on every section the colors of the connected parts, like for the shoulder armor. Really awesome. As you could see, we have also different textures of colors and color tones for the various details. I think I also explained this, and I think you can also see this. But metallic or pearl white for the main body color is really amazing, and it's like on a real figure arts figures. It's really outstanding that they done this in this, yeah, pearl white. The next point would be cleanness of the paint job. Excuse me, please. I also think that this is very satisfying, but if you're looking closely, there are sections where the paint job isn't this clean executed. Like on the thigh, the yellow thigh sections here, that looks a bit sloppy painted, and as it not covered so well, that looks like you painted it yourself just with one layer of paint and let it this way. I do more paint layers when I coloring my figures. Yeah, but for the overall image, I mean, it's still very clean. Especially those symbols on the swords and those little details are very clean. Also the eyes. Yeah. Let's speak a bit about option parts, and you get actually many. Those flame effect parts, you could see the whole time here, also looking really nice and have nice sharp proportions. They are very awesome implemented by the design studio and molded from this translucent darker yellow plastic. Or resin, I think it's resin. And by the way, we are speaking about Por, Evo and Rini, because they have actually names. And if you are wondering how I can distinguish them, they actually even have their respective first letters of their respective names engraved on the forehead section, like it is with the original character design, and that I will show you now. Here we have Renee. Very nice. Done those effect parts. And here we have the R for Rennie engraved. So this is Rennie. Here we have Evo with the engraved R. And here we have Pour with the engraved P on the kind of forehead section, if you can call it this way. Yeah. And I think we do some articulation demonstration, because this figure is actually also, due the many joints, very poseable, and you also can turn the head to the right and also to the left. It's a bit limited, but that's, I think, all what you need. The shoulder armors are on these hinged ball joints, so you can go this way and you can also do upward movements to get them out of the way a bit more, like it is similar to figure arts figures, but in a more simpler way. All the same joints can do the same. So we have a shoulder joint with which you can... Why you always working against me and losing your sword? And forgotten to tell you and show you, here we have also a black painted section as well. But back to the articulation, you can do some movements like this, and forwards and backwards, all with this joint. And we have some bending action for the elbow and also a turning action. Nothing for the hands, they are just not poseable. You're just like molded from one part. Yeah, and we have also the same joints for the legs as well, so we can also bring the leg forward a bit and also backwards, as you can imagine, and outward and inward as well. We have bend for the knee, also a turn-able there. We have hip joint. Why you losing your sword blade? Again and again. That's not nice. Stop it, please. Yeah. What did I forget? Yeah, the cape. Cape is also, you can lift up with those joints like this and down. And what is really nice is that we got also some, not only got joints for the tail, which is kinda a must, but we get a ratchet joint for as the tail base joint here. I think you can hear this as well. Yeah, And that's really nice that this is a ratchet joint, because so he can actually hold the weight of the tail very well. That's a good choice to put a ratchet joint there. And the other joints are just like the other joints. So we have turning and bending action at every of these joints. Yeah. And now I show you the figure with the short sword blades on, or attached on, bringing back the tail in some better. And here you can see he falls apart again. Now it's the cape which working against me, and with that you also can see that is a bit a simpler resin figure, like I said before. So getting the action with the additional short blades here to show you that. Just simple detach the long version and attach the short version like this. It's really easy to do if he is working with you, if he won't work with you. Otherwise it's not really nice to do this. Yeah, but I think I don't like those short sword blades version. It's a thing you can do if you want. It's a display option. It's really nice that they added this, but I think with the longer blades it's looking more dangerous. Yeah, I don't like the short version so much, because the just have more details. The long sword blades have more, you can see more details. They are very nice detailed, which you can see, but from the section you can see, but yeah, get your own impression. But I think, how I said, with the long sword blades he is looking much more dangerous. Yes, so we would have done that. Want to speak about the price performance ratio? Again, purchased from the Cosmo Time eBay shop figure. Excuse me. The figure item's price was about 229.97 US dollars, plus almost about $50 for shipping. Would be about 148.84 euro for the item, plus a bit over 40 euro for shipping. Yes, quite a very expensive price for this quality and a rather small size, but also made by a design studio, and it is also in high quality in the end, I think. So I think it is also kind of still reasonable. This price is kind of still reasonable. I mean, for being a pre-painted and pre-assembled finished figure. And if you would have to do all the customizing on your own, or yeah, only buy the parts, you have to pay for the colors and put in much time to finish your figure. And So you pay the design studios, customize the money, and you getting the finished figure instead, which I think is a better way. Yeah. Also want to detach the short sword blades and getting Renee back in the focus here. You have seen Jesmon with the short blades. Now we put on the normal extended, nice looking blades. Yeah. Now a few words about the missing Jesmon figure. Yeah. As you can guess, I don't get the Jesmon figure, so I also had to invent something more simpler for the evolution scene. Yeah, that was very bad that I don't get it, but actually I bought the option with the Jesmon figure. I also asked the shop extra if the figure is included, and they said yes. But I ended up not getting the Jesmon figure, and after some conversation with the shop and further mails and further back and forth, they said that the Jesmon figure never was a part of this amount of the library. It was a failure from the shop, they said, and I just asked them also if, when I pay for that, if the studio can make another Jesmon for me when they doing some more of those Jesmons, and I wanted to know the price, and I ended up that they saying yeah, they can do it. One time they said they think the studio will not do any more Jesmon figures, and my last information is just that they could say me the price because they said that the studio don't answer them. Yeah, that's the truth now. I also given up my hope to get this Jesmon figure still. I think I can forget this. Yeah. So much about that. In short. Is there a buy recommendation from me for this figure? Well, actually, I would count the same what I said about the price, what I said before. So while it is still very expensive, I am not sure about giving a buy recommendation, but the figure looking really good. You get those option parts with the blades and those nice done flame effect parts for Evo and Renee, and even this nice Tameshi-like stand, yeah, similar to a Tameshi stand, which is an overall awesome package, I think. So I would say kinda yes, because this really worth the money. Get it if you are a fan of Jesmon, or if when you like what you see, if you still can get it. This is one nice figure of Jesmon and the best of him so far. Have to add some things about the included stand as well. With this you get different shaped and sized lamps, with which you can choose for different display options that are the wider clamps, and you also get a kinda Tameshi like clamp with a hook. But this I only use the pack here with the drilled hole in Jesmon's lower body, and this fits, the pack fits the hole very well, and so this is the best display option you can get for Jesmon. I think this serves its purpose the best. Yeah. Some words about the box. I had it the whole time standing in the background here. Very spectacular and plain cardboard box, and nothing for the eye, nothing printed on this time, not even the design studio's name, so I will put away it to have more room for comparisons now. Yeah, and for comparison I chosen some original figures of the Royal Knights. Yeah, that's the only figures which came to my mind for making a comparison. And at first we would have the Orts Omegamon, the first Tamashi Omegamon, to see how they are looking together. Yeah. Also, this Omegamon has this pearl or metallic white paint job for his overall white parts. But again, I think this camera can't deliver this so well, but it has. And I bring in for comparison also SH Figure Arts, the first SH Figure Arts Alphamon figure, to see how they are looking together. Yeah. So we would have that compare done. And I also chosen the Arts Dukemon to see how they are looking together. Don't tip over, my friend. Stand right there. They are also big. Stand. Would you just stand for one moment, please? Yeah, you can't see much of Dukemon because of his big shield. I think this is better. Yeah, just to see how they are looking together. And I have my obligatory compare figure here as well. And this is the Arts Original Designers Edition Wargreymon, to see how they are looking together. And also, if you're holding Wargreymon a bit upward, the Jesmon figure is even bigger. So it is actually middle size between the smaller sized D-Arts or figure arts and the more bigger ones. And because he is a Royal Knight too, I provided another compare with Mega House Precious GM Alphos Vitramon. I hope I can get this compare right here as well. He is too big. He is just too big. Yeah. To get the idea how big this is against the Jesmon figure, it's very big. Yeah, and so we would have done this compare as well. Put him back here. Yeah. again, I want to do some close up with Jesmon here to witness all the nice details before we can get to the end of this video again. To get another full focus. Also, I had to forget to mention those details here picked out in the gold metallic. How I said, paint job wise, this figure knows to impress, I think. With the paint job they done a very well the paint job is very well done. And now we are at the end of this review. Again, this was my review about Akira Studio's Jesmon. I hope you liked it. If so, please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel. I'm out for now and saying goodbye. Thanks for watching, and until the next video, which will of course happen. Yeah, until that, your Mega 88 1000.